Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayshawn and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. You already know your girl is back with another story time based on the title. You know exactly what I'm about to talk about. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kayshawn with 3 E's. Y'all, I'm trying to get to 10,000 on TikTok. So make sure y'all follow my TikTok page. Seriously. But y'all already know, without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Let's go. Alright, y'all, so boom! Y'all know exactly how I like to start my stories off. Y'all, you know what? Y'all know it's just always something in my crazy little life of mine, okay? It's always something going on. So, one night, I'm with my homegirl, right? We just gonna call it the homegirl because, you know, I be running out of names and I don't always like to name these people sometimes. So, I'm with my homegirl. Now, my homegirl got one of them cars that's like, y'all know the little hoopties and stuff, and it's no shade because the hoopties used to get you to point A and point B. So as long as it got you around to your destinations, you know, ain't nothing wrong with them. But you know those cars that like always got the engine light on, you probably riding on 3 wheels, okay, you got your cooling light on, your overheat light on. I don't even know if these are certain lights, but you know when you get in and your dashboard is just like lit up, there's always something going on. That was my homegirl car, right? But no shade, that car was getting us everywhere. We was going on a whole lot of missions in that car. So, you know, we noticed that it had all the lights on, but you know, we young. Not thinking about getting none of them lights turned off. And, you know, as long as it's drivable in our young kid minds, as long as it's drivable, you know, you think like, well, I've been riding with the engine light on or my other lights been on and give me no problem, so I should be good, right? Cool. So, and my voice might be a little raspy today because y'all, I was out this weekend, and let me tell y'all, you smokers out there, y'all ain't gotta smoke 10, 15 back to back. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a smoker, so when people smoke me out, and I'm not saying like me smoke, but if I'm around a lot of smoke, it like bothers my throat. It don't bother y'all throats. Like, I never could understand how y'all could smoke like 10 blunts back to back. Like, bro, my throat be itching, scratching. I mean, it be like so raspy the next day when I'm around a lot of smoke. I can't stand it. But you know, I be in hood, so you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So my voice is a little irritated. But anyways, so yeah, and I got me a little slush right here in case my little tongue's a little purple or something. But yeah, so we used to just drive in a car like all the little lights was on, but it was drivable, so we feel like we didn't care, right? Okay, this one day we drive and we're literally leaving like this house party, right? Now that house party is gonna be a separate story time in its own, whatever. We leaving this house party. It got shut down early because of some other shit, right? So we had left at like I want to say like 11, maybe even midnight-ish or whatever. So we driving this, me and my homegirl, we driving in a car. We in her car. We get on the freeway, y'all. For whatever reason, mind y'all, all those lights in her car, on her dashboard, they been on for like months. Now it picked the one day where it want to give out. Like, we on the freeway, we going like not like fast, but you know, on the freeway you be going like 80, you know, whatever the speed limit like in your state is or whatever. But we was going like the speed limit on the highway. But you know, when you got all them like, what are you doing? But you know, when you got all those lights on and you speeding, I don't know if something got, I don't know what happened really. But for whatever reason, while we on the freeway, the car started fucking up, y'all. It started making like these weird noises. And we like, cause you know, we jamming, we got the music turned up, we having a good time. And then I'm just like, we both like hearing noises. And I'm thinking like, it was like, you know, sometimes you on the freeway and like you'll go over like a little hump or like a little bump or whatever. And like, you know, the car move up and down a little bit. Like, y'all know those little white little things. I can't even explain it. But anyways, we just thought the car was kind of like moving a little bit because of what she was driving over, like something on the freeway. Sometimes they be having little small potholes, there be rocks and stuff. So the car is like moving weird. But like I said, we just thought it was because of the freeway. Like maybe this just how the road was, right? So, you know, you get to turn the music down and you get to really listening. So we listening and I'm like, nah, this is your car making this noise. My homegirl like, yeah, this is a weird ass noise. So we get to listen or whatever. So the car starts smoking, y'all. Like literally smoking. So I'm like, oh hell no, we gotta pull this car over. Like, I don't know what's going on. We gotta pull over. So we end up pulling over to like the little, the little slow, not the slow lane, but where you pull over on the freeway, whatever. So we over there, and the car is like, it's making a weird noise. But when she parked it, it wasn't really making a noise no more, but it's like started smoking. So we like, oh no, some shit is really going on. So, I don't know if it overheated. I don't know. I never found out what was wrong with the car because, of course, I ain't asked. But we just assuming like maybe it overheated, like maybe something start fucking up, maybe she ain't put no coolant in it. At the time, of course, we not thinking that, but I'm just thinking that now. Like, why the fuck is your car overheating, right? It's smoking. So of course we calling people. Like I said, we're young. I never really give a timeline or the age because but we're young. So I'm just like, okay, like, girl, do you got AAA? She like, no, she ain't got no AAA. I'm like, yeah, well, we're gonna have to call somebody to come get us because it's dark. We on the other side of town and somebody need to come pick us up. Like, so we calling people. And don't be asking me like, why y'all don't call y'all parents? Why y'all? I don't be knowing. I don't be knowing, y'all. Sometimes, that's just not our first thought. Always call you. Oh, I forgot to say in the beginning of this video. It's Tuesday. Make sure y'all go out there and vote. Did y'all vote today? If not, it's probably, I drop at 8 a.m. So it's still time to go vote, baby. Go vote, okay? Put that disclaimer. I ain't going to tell you who to vote for. Okay, but go vote. Anywho, yeah, so we ain't thinking to call our parents. Okay, I'm not about to call my mama. This is not my car. So we just calling people because like we just want to get picked up and stuff. And she was acting like she was gonna have her stepdaddy come get the car the next day or something. So we calling people, whatever. She ended up calling her one friend and was like, yeah, can you come get us? We over on such and such, such, such. So he said, yeah. He like, all right, come pick y'all up. Cool. So we in that car, we making snaps because like we are a little, intoxicated, not so much that we can't drive, but we have been drinking at the party, but we wasn't there for that long, so we didn't get drunk or nothing. So we making snaps, like we in the car making snaps, like laughing, because we like, I can't believe we on the side of the road. She like, my car fucked up. Like we all just like, not we all, but me and her, we just making jokes, laughing, right? Okay, so we cracking up. Next thing you know, her phone is ringing, so it's the guy asking like, where exactly are y'all? And we like, yeah, we right before exit 14 or something, like, we told him the number. So he like, okay, he pull it up. So of course we got our headsets on, we on the side of the road and stuff like that. So y'all, I kid you not, I'm sitting in a passenger seat, we got the lights on and stuff, we waiting for him to pull up. It's like I seen something run past us and it really looked like a possum with the babies on them. You know how the mama possums be carrying like a hope they all their babies on their back or something like that. So I'm telling her, like, I could have swore I just seen a possum with babies on their back. She telling me, like, the possums don't come by the freeway. Like, it's too loud and too much moving over here for the possums to come. But I'm telling her, but we laughing. I'm like, girl, I know I just seen a possum because I'm like, I don't want to get out the car until they pull up because, like, she started, like, getting her stuff together. I'm like, I don't want to get out the car because I seen a possum. Like, y'all, I'm telling you, I seen a possum with babies on its back. Like, I'm like, friend, no, I'm dead ass. Like, I'm not drunk. I seen a possum with babies on its back. I'm like, baby, it's not giving Carly Russell. Like, no Carly Russell. Like, I'm not just making up shit. I'm not imagining things on the freeway. Okay, let me stop because I see y'all die down off her a little bit, okay? But anyway, so we crack it up because she like, bro, possums don't come by the freeway. And I'm like, bro, I know what I saw. Like, the mama had the babies on her back. So we're dying laughing about this stupid ass thing, right? Next thing you know, we see the headlights behind us. So she like, okay, that's them. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, we gather our little stuff. She lock up her little car. And she was like, she gonna tell her stepdaddy, come get it, right? So we get in the car with the boys. Mind you, I don't know the homeboy that was in the car, but the boy that she asked to come pick us up, like, I'm familiar with him, but we don't hang out with them all the time. But I've seen him before. So we just gonna name them, let's see, we're gonna go with the Family Guy. We're just gonna name them Chris and Stewie, okay? So Chris is who my homegirl like talked to or whatever, and he is the one who I seen a couple times or whatever. Now I do follow him on social media, so I've seen the boy Stewie like through pictures and stuff, but I never hung out with him or whatever. Anyways, and then we haven't seen them, or I haven't. I can't even speak for my friend, but I haven't seen them in like months. Like, we hung out, really not even months, y'all. It really don't even matter, but I haven't seen them since like the previous summer. Like, that was the last time that I hung out with them, right? But anyways, so when I get in the car, Chris, he all like, oh, what's up, Kay? I ain't seen you in a minute, like, da da da. I'm like, I know, like, I ain't seen you since last summer, da da da. Like, we get to chopping it up. So he like, this my man Stewie. So I'm like, hey, Stewie, whatever. So, we get in the car. So Chris was asking, like, what's wrong with the car? Like, do y'all just need, like, is it the tire? Because I know how to change the tire, or like, what's going on? Because I guess, like, when she called him there, she never told him, like, what's going on. She just was like, my car messing up. I need you to come get us. So I guess he was trying to figure out, like, is it just like a flat tire? Because I can change that. But if it's something else, then, ain't nothing he could do. So, my hunger is telling him, like, nah, the car is smoking and this, and that. So he like, oh, yeah, that's probably like a mechanical thing, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, yeah, it's cool. We could leave the car. I'm going to have my stepdaddy come get it, right? So he like, oh, okay, well, where y'all trying to go? Like, where I'm dropping y'all off at? He like, unless y'all going to be with us tonight. So, my hunger look at me and I'm like, well, we do. And this is the thing, y'all. We do always have fun with Chris. I'm not even going to lie. Like, Chris is one of them people that, like, he just one of them people, like, he just be like, it's always a good time, it's never no bullshit, like, it's just always a good time with him, right? So, I'm like, I ain't hung out with Chris since last summer, so you know what, we do always have fun, we can go ahead and, hang out again. So I'm telling my friend, I'm like, yeah, I'm down if you down. So she like, I'm down. So, it's never really a destination. When dudes come and say, you want to hang out with me, that means we just going wherever they going. Now y'all probably be thinking, like, y'all don't ask no questions. No. Not when I'm a teenager. Not when I'm a young adult. No, I didn't used to ask no questions. Would I ask them now? No. So, no, yeah, it's a little different now. But back then, they didn't know me. I'm hot. So, I'm just like, okay. But anyway, so we like, yeah. So they like, oh, okay. Like, we was going to run by. Y'all know the drill with these hood niggas. They going to go all around the world, okay? They going to be everywhere but court when it comes to that child support, okay? But anyways, that's not my problem. So they like, yeah, we gonna hit the block, all of this. So we in the car with them. So we just chopping it up. Chris like, where y'all been at? He like, homegirl, you been a stranger, and Kay, I ain't seen you since last summer. What y'all been up to? So we just catching up and stuff like that. And an unpopular opinion for real, y'all. I think it's just really me. And even to this day, I don't like, when people go missing for a minute, or maybe you ain't seen nobody in a year. I really dislike when people just be like, how you been, or what's been up. Now, granted, I do know that those are like typical questions to ask, like when you ain't seen nobody, like what's been up, how you been. But I just feel like, baby, listen, I'm doing the same thing. Like, y'all make me feel bad because it's like, I'm doing the same thing. I still ain't got no kids. I still ain't married. I'm just working. I'm just living. I'm just traveling. Like, I'm doing the same stuff that I was doing a couple years ago. And it sounds bad, but it's really not bad, because what else I'm supposed to be doing? Like, but I know that's what you ask people. Like, if I ain't seen nobody in a year, I get you would want to know, like, hey, what you been up to? But it's just like, for me, that question is just so like, and then when they ask you, like, what you been up to, and you be like, oh, I've been good. And they be like, oh, that's it. I'm sorry. Did you want me to tell you, oh, I came up with the cure for cancer? Like, I don't know. Do you want me to tell you I work at the hospital and your DNA, it matches up to 20 other kids? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, my life is not that entertaining. But it's like, it's a weird thing, because it's like, I know you got to ask those questions, but it's also like, baby, when I say I'm doing good, just take that. Like, just take that for what it is, because what you want me to tell you? I'm struggling? If I tell you I'm struggling, is you going to help me out? You want to know how I'm doing? I'm stressed out about these bills. Can I have some money? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else to say to how you been and what's been up and what you been doing. Like, it's one thing if you seen that I had a baby and stuff. So you're like, oh, I see you had a kid. You know what's up? But anyways. Y'all know my ADHD always pop in the video, and I always got to do a little mini rant. Let's bring it back in. Okay. So, anywho, he asked that, like, what y'all been up to? So, we, like, same on, like, working, nothing major. We young, so we ain't really doing nothing but going to work and turning up anyway. So, we like, oh, nothing. What you been up to? Blah, blah, blah. Mind you, while we're talking, like, he didn't pull up yet. So, like, we just talking, and he in his phone. I guess he was trying to get an address to something. He in his phone, right? So, we talking and stuff. Stewie, of course, turn around, and he's, like, engaging in conversation, too. So, like, we all talking to him, and he like, how long y'all been on Chris, and da-da-da. So, we talking. Y'all, tell me why. So while we talking and we all like da-da-da, he eventually is about to try to pull off, because, it take him a minute to pull off, because, when you're on a freeway, you're on a highway, all the cars is going, so you got to make sure it's really clear for you to get back onto traffic. So he finally pulls off. Y'all, tell me why. He pulled off. So we talking to Stewie, so we all like da-da-da-da. He pulled off, and y'all, this whole car shaking. This is how my body is in a car. He driving, so our body just like, so I'm thinking like, oh, do the Macarena. You know, we all shaking, so I'm looking like, wait a minute. Mind you, I'm thinking he on those little bump things, you know, when you be, like you swerve and you get on those little bumps. I forgot what they call, speed bumps, not speed bumps, traffic bumps, I don't know. Whatever that shit is called on the side. Y'all know. So I'm thinking it's that at first. But after he was driving on the freeway for a minute and we still just shaking back and forth, I'm like, wait a minute. So I get to looking around because I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. What's going on here? Y'all, the whole fucking car was wobbling, like shaking back and forth, like no bullshit, like shaking. So, you know, I'm like, you know, mind you, we are a little tipsy. So I'm in the back just moving. So I'm like, hey, Chris. I'm like, hey, Chris, like, is this your car shaking like this? So he like, yeah, y'all, I cannot for the life of me remember what he said. But let's just say rotator. Of course, I'm not saying this is exactly what the name of it is. I don't even know if this will have anything to do with it. But I can't tell you what he said. He said some car shit. But let's just say he like, yeah, y'all, I gotta get the rotator fixed. So we like, well, how the fuck is you driving with the car like shaking back and forth? Like it feels so weird. And I'm not talking about, you know, sometimes how like your wheel will vibrate or your wheel will shake. It wasn't even that. Like the whole car was just like shaking back and forth. So we like, well, not back and forth because I feel like back and forth is this way. So it was shaking side to side, right? So I'm in the car cracking, y'all. I cannot tell you why that shit was so funny. I'm dying laughing. Like y'all know when y'all got that not contagious laugh, but y'all know when y'all have that like laugh that you cannot stop. It's like a continuous laugh. Like no matter how much I try to get myself to stop, y'all, I just could not stop laughing because I'm in the back just like going cracking up. So me and my homegirl was cracking up. So I'm just like, bro, are you sure this car is safe? Because baby, I think I might chance the smoking car than this car that's literally shaking back. I mean, it was hard. Like we was in the back like this. Sana. Then that bitch like, Sana, okay. But we in there shaking, so I'm just like, like, is you sure this safe? He like, no, we gonna be good, we gonna be good. Like, I always drive like this. So, you know, I'm looking like, see, you and my homegirl got that in common. Y'all cars be a little messed up and y'all just ignore it. Because that's the same thing my homegirl said with all her little lights on and her dashboard. She said it'd be okay. She know her car and she always drive like this. So now let's get into another car where the shit is doing a little Kim, okay? We in this bitch rocking. But I'm like, whatever. Like, hopefully we ain't going too far. Like, maybe we'll be okay. Because I looked at the dashboard. I ain't see all the lights on. So I'm thinking like, okay, the lights ain't on in the dashboard. We should be good. This bitch is rocking. How the fuck is we good? Okay? So we back there shaking or whatever. So we eventually pull up to a one block. So he said we was gonna kick with his homeboys, whatever, a little block party. Y'all know the drill, same shit, different day, whatever. So we pull up. So mind you, when we pull up to this one block, tell me why my old neighbor from my old hood, this is where he moved to. I never even knew he moved over here. So he moved over here. So when we got out the car, I see my old neighbor. So I'm hyped because, you know, the old neighbor. Which y'all, okay, okay. Okay, VIPs or OGs of the lives. If y'all remember the story time where I told y'all like how my little neighbor was like a little hoe. I told y'all she was sleeping with all the little boys in the neighborhood, whatever. She was a little hoe. So the house next door to her, it had this one boy, and I had a little crush on him because like the one hoe neighbor, mind y'all, this is the same block that I had a little boyfriend on, but we wasn't together yet or nothing like that. But the neighbor boy, he was the only boy that was like not paying like the whole attention, right? Because everybody on the block was giving like that whole attention, okay? She was giving up that cat and they was laying on their backs, okay? So they was all falling for her because, you know, we young. This is like when we was like 12 through 14 years old. So like they was on some freaky shit. But her neighbor, which is still like technically my neighbor, but he lived on the opposite side of her, he was fine. Like he was so cute and like he would always come out and play basketball, but like he just was not, he wasn't like all the other boys. Like the hoe was trying to give him a little something and he just was like not going for it. He was looking at her like, what, you want me to go in the garage with you? Like, you know, he was giving very much of that. And I just liked him because I was just like, oh my God, somebody that's rejecting the cat, like good for you. Like your parents raised you right. But anyways, I liked him, but he was so like shy and reserved and like so to himself that I thought he did. Oh, hold on, y'all. I was about to give y'all a whole nother story time. We're gonna get back to neighbor boy, okay? Anyways, but for whatever reason, because he was reserved and stuff like that and really didn't come out and all of that, like I thought he didn't care for nobody. I thought he didn't like me because like, you know, he wouldn't really say much. So it was just like I had my little I didn't really have a crush on him. I just thought he was cute because I had a boy. Okay, stay on track. Y'all, my bad. Okay. So, anyways, it was him. So the neighbor boy, he ended up moving or something like that. Like his whole family moved. His mama and daddy moved from that house. So he ended up moving. And because he never really talked, of course, nobody had his number. We didn't have him on social media or nothing because he never really said nothing to us. Like he'd come out and play, but he didn't talk. But anyways, so this is where he moved to, y'all. So he's outside, and mind you, of course, this is years later, right? So he's much older. So I'm looking at him, and he literally looks exactly the same. Same haircut, same fat. Like, he literally looks like an older version of himself. Like, still a baby face, no facial hair, nothing, right? So I knew it was him, but when I got out the car, it is kind of dark. So, not kind of dark, it's like 1 o'clock. So when I got out the car, I'm looking at him. You know how you just look at somebody to be like, because you kind of think to yourself, like, why do you look familiar? But I ain't saying nothing. So we all getting out the car, and they dapping everybody up or whatever. So mind you, he just looks at me and he's like, Kayla? Because, everybody called me Kay. But, he said my whole government. So I'm like, wait a minute, babe. So he said my government. So, because back then I wasn't going by nothing besides my name or whatever. Unless it was family, but whatever. So he said my whole name. So I'm like, who is you that's saying my name? But mind you, in the back of my head, I already kind of figured like it was him, but I didn't know. So he said my whole name. So he like, you don't remember it? Like, you don't remember me? It's Neighbor Boy. Of course, he said his name. So I'm like, oh, Neighbor Boy. Like, oh, how you been? Even though I just told y'all how I hate, let me stop saying hate, how I dislike people asking you how you been. I just know that's the thing that naturally, roll off your tongue. So I asked him how he been. So, we just get to chopping it up and stuff. So they like, oh, okay? So I'm like, yeah, we used to be neighbors back in the day and stuff like that. So we talking or whatever. So at this point, I guess this is the house that we was coming to, like the neighbor boy house or whatever. So we ended up going inside. Mind you, it's the neighbors, Stewie, Chris, and like two other boys or whatever. And mind you, neighbor boy had a sister, but the sister was younger, so like I never whatever. So the sister was there too. So she in there with one of her friends, and then of course it's me and my homegirl. So we go in. Neighbor boy is like, sis, like, look who it is. And she used to, y'all know I love the kids, and she was probably about 4 years under us, if I can't remember. I feel like she was about like 9, 10-ish around this time, because she used to always come over and she wanted to jump on our trampoline or whatever. But anyways, so I'm like, oh my God, look how big you is. Like, oh my God, because imagine seeing like a 9-year-old, and then like now they just looking like a whole adult. I'm just like, oh my God, like last time I seen you, you were literally a kid. So anyway, so I'm hugging her, everything cool, right? So we coming in their house and stuff, so we get the kicking it. So he like, sit down. So I'm not gonna lie, like, Stu is cute, but like, me and him never established anything. That's why I always say, like, just because it's 2 and 2, don't automatically assume like we gonna talk to each other. Like, we just had good conversation in the car. So I'm not gonna lie, like, when I sat down, neighbor boy had ended up sitting next to me, like, we're catching up and stuff like that. The sister, her friend, is like in the kitchen, like they got drinks, but they just like, in there just like eating some takeout food on like the island thing. So they eating food, drinking or whatever. So we just sitting there talking, we catching up. Of course, Chris and my homegirls like catching up. But mind you, we all in this area like talking. Like, it's not like a couple up or a section off thing. They all talking, like, even the sis was chiming in like on our conversation, but me and neighbor boy was like the main one, like having our little 1-2, because we catching up. So we over there talking. I'm like, oh yeah, like you moved, like you just up and left, you ain't tell nobody. And he like, yeah, I wanted to tell you, but I ain't really mess with nobody on that block, like, but I always thought you was cute. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm like, neighbor, no, you didn't. Like, you literally did not talk to none of us. Like, you didn't talk to nobody. And he like, no, I just was shy when I was a kid, and I was already mad. So I guess where he lived at before, he, like, his previous house, when you grow up on a block, like, and all your friends is there, you don't want to move from that block. So I guess when they moved to that house, he was mad that he moved there because he had left all his other friends that he grew up with at the other block, right? So he was like, no, I just was mad because I left all my other friends behind. So I used to come outside. I was just, pissed, like, going through that little teenage phase or whatever. He was upset. So he like, I used to come out. I used to just be in my room, but I come play basketball every blue moon. And I'm like, oh yeah, but we used to try to hang out with you, because this is back in the day where we used to actually go like knock on the door and ask for such and such to come out. We wasn't on no phones and stuff. Our minutes was not free to after 9. So I'm not calling looking for my homegirl. No, you go knock on the house and say, hey, Miss Jackson, morning. Is Chris here? Can Chris come out to play? Hi, hey, Mr. William. Is Brittany here? Can she come out to play? Like, this is back in that era, okay, where we pull up on the bikes, leave the bikes in the front lawn, and get to knocking on the door, okay? So this is around that time. So I was telling him, like, we would always knock on the door and see if you want to come out, but you never. Your mom and them used to always say, like, he's not coming out today, or he didn't want to come out. And he like, well, yeah, I didn't really mess with nobody, blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, but he like, I liked you, and I'm like, okay, well, why you never came and knocked on my door? Because like I said, that was the thing. Like, why you didn't come knock on my door to get me to come outside to play with you, right? So I'm like, why you didn't come knock on my door? He like, no, I'm shy. Like, I'm really a shy person, but he like, I grew out of that and stuff, but like, I just didn't know what to say to you. And I'm thinking like, boy, just say what everybody else say. Come outside so we could ride our bikes. Like, it wasn't that hard. Like, spitting game wasn't that hard back in the day, because it's like, you're not under all this pressure. Nobody cares. Like, we all literally just want to ride our bikes together. Like, that's what we did. Even as far as, well, I don't want to say dates because we were kids, but like, we would ride our bikes to the park and play together. Like, but anyways, so I'm like, and that was the way to my heart back then. Hot pickles. I told y'all about them pickles and riding the bike. Like, what are you doing? So you could have came to my door with a hot pickle in your bike, and I would have been ready. But anyways, well, that don't sound too right, but y'all catch my drift. But anywho, so yeah, so we having that type of conversation, and he like, but we don't got to talk about the past no more. Like, we need to talk about the future. Baby, hey, you ain't said nothing about a word. What you want to talk about? Cause as far as I'm concerned, this hand is looking real ringless. I know what you're playing. But anyways, y'all, I don't know if at this point Stewie is getting a little jealous, and I don't know what's wrong with y'all dudes that like hang out with y'all homeboy and y'all go on a two-man and y'all automatically like proclaim the other girl. Like, you and a girl didn't even establish if y'all liked each other. We didn't exchange numbers. We didn't do none of that. So I don't know why y'all automatically like claim that person as like your person, but it's weird. So I don't know if Stewie did that to me. Why, I don't know, because when we was in the car, everybody, well, we was too busy shaking left to right that we barely could say anything. So it's like we was talking a little bit, but at some point I was getting a motherfucking headache, so I wasn't even talking like that no more. But in the car, we all was conversating. Like, it was no flirting, it was none of that, right? So I'm thinking like, everybody is cool. So I'm over here spitting my little game with neighbor boy, right? I don't know what was going on with Stewie and why he started like feeling some type of way. But mind you, they smoking. So all of them smoking, they passing the blunt all around, like to the sisters and everything, right? So they smoking and stuff, and they already had a bottle in the refrigerator, so they're like, y'all want to drink? So we like, yeah, whatever. So we start kind of turning up with them. So we all are talking. It's not just me and neighbor boy no more. We all just in the living room talking and stuff. So it's like, mind you, the sister, she do hair or whatever, like right in her living room. So she still had like a little setup going on. So mind you, we talking, we having a good time. So of course, what do we do next when you start drinking? You end up playing a game. And what's the most played game when you drinking? Most likely Never Have I Ever or Truth or Dare. We playing Truth or Dare or whatever. So I'm already like, we already like having that good little time. But I kind of look at my friend because I want my friend to dare me to kiss, homeboy, because that's what I'm feeling like. You get what I'm saying? Like, forget all those dares. Oh, I dare you to get a ball of tissue and swallow it. Like, no, I want to swallow it. Okay, never mind. But anyways, so I want her to dare me. So me and my friend already had that little, when you already got like little insiders or like little things with your friends that they already know. So I'm sitting on the couch, I'm looking at my homegirl like, I'm making little gestures at her like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Dare me to do that, So she catch on to my drift. So when it becomes my dare, she dared me exactly what I want her to dare me, right? Which was to kiss neighbor boy, right? So she dared me to kiss neighbor boy, whatever. So I'm like, you gotta play it off. So I'm like, I don't know, neighbor boy, like, do you want to kiss? Like, do you want to do that? So he's like, hell yeah, I want to do that. So I'm like, okay, you gotta act like, you sure? Like, let me just do another dare. You gotta play it off, right? But I'm like, okay. So we end up kissing, right? So mind you, neighbor boy is so funny. Like, after we kiss, y'all, he do a backflip, right? In the living room. He ended up doing a backflip. So I'm cracking up. He like, do you know how long I've been waiting to do that? And da-da-da, all of this. So I'm like, boy, like, what are you talking about? You ain't seen me in forever. Like, not you doing a backflip after we kissed. So we cracking up. Like, everybody is cracking up because it was just like so funny, but it was so extra. Like, why the fuck are you doing a backflip in the living room? What are you doing? So we start cracking up, y'all. Everybody is laughing. And it's like, everybody like, ha, 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 cracking up. I look over. Stewie, the only one that's just like, was funny. We like, the back, because he did a back, no, I guess ain't nothing funny. Like, I guess you serious as hell. So it's like after that, Stewie whole mood changed. And mind you, like I said, we're literally not coupled up. The sisters is over here playing with us. Well, the sister, her friend, whatever she is, I don't know. They sitting in the living room playing with us too. Like, it ain't like it's a couple thing. Y'all, tell me why. Like, me and neighbor boy, like, talking, whatever we talking about, I don't even know. This dummy Stu, he comes out of nowhere, y'all. Mind you, I told you the sister do here in the living room. Her setup is like right next to me. Like I'm turned this way, where her setup is right behind me. So Stewie was sitting in like her chair, like the hairstylist chair, whatever, where her clients would sit at. And I'm sitting on the couch with neighbor boy like right next to him. So the couch is right here, and the little client chair is next to us. So he's sitting there. So it's like next thing you know, I don't know what the fuck he got going on, but I'm turning around because I'm looking back and forth. I'm looking at the sister when she talk. I'm over here, but most of the time I was turned this way because I was talking to neighbor boy, right? So I'm talking to him, and for whatever reason, I turn around and fucking Stewie. Y'all, Stewie, he takes the blow dryer that's sitting there plugged up, y'all, and he's blowing it in my face. Why are you doing that? He's literally blow drying on heat, on high, okay? Blowing it in my face. So I don't know if it's so fucking random and stupid, but if y'all ever had a blow dryer in your face like for a long time, you know how I kind of like take your breath away. You know how it take your breath away. So it's like you be fighting like the wind and stuff. So it's like I turn right around and he just started blow drying my face. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you blow drying my face? So I'm like, stop, boy. So, but I'm laughing with it too because, of course, I'm just thinking he like playing around. So I'm laughing. So he laughing too, and everybody like kind of laughs. So like, stop. So he put it down. So, we go back to doing whatever we doing, talking, playing a game, whatever. And it's like every time I would turn this way, like if the sister talking, because the sister on his side too. So if she talking or Chris or whatever, and I turn this way, y'all, he kept blow drying my face. Are you trying to melt me? What are you doing? So it's like he kept doing it. And then the third time he did it, y'all, he sat it. He sat it on my face. Not literally set the blow dryer on my face, but like he pointed it and like left it on my face for a long time. So I was getting hot. So I'm like, bro, get that hot ass. Like, why would you put a hot blow dryer that's on high, on heat, and leave it blowing in my face for a long time? And I know y'all think like, why you just ain't move and get up? But I thought he was playing at first, and I thought he was gonna like blow dry me, even though he shouldn't be doing that. But I thought he was just gonna do it and then move it. He sat it there for a minute, like, So I'm like, bro. So the third time he did it, of course, like when he set it on my face for a minute, I was like this, and I kind of smacked the blow dryer because I'm thinking like, damn, why would you put this hot ass blow dryer, this hot ass air in my face? So when I smacked it, I guess because he didn't expect me to smack it because this is third time doing it, and I ain't hit the blow dryer no other time. I guess he didn't expect me to like my reflexes to smack it. So when I smacked it, it fell out of his hand, so it dropped. So the sister's like, come on now, Stewie, like, Lee, why you touching my shit? Like, put my stuff up. And he just was laughing like, oh, my bad. Like, I was just playing. But I'm like, okay, Stewie, like, stop doing that. Like, now I got like, not serious, but when you like, okay, I'm not laughing no more. Because I was like, okay, can you stop doing that though? Like, I don't understand why you blow dry my face. It's funny now, but back then, like, it was only funny the first two times. Like, bro, you're not about to keep putting this hot ass heat on my face. I don't understand. So, she was like, put my stuff down. So, like, we went on laughing and stuff, like, whatever. I'm trying to, like, not pay it, like, whatever. So, we steady talking everything. Slowly my little leg, when you sitting down and my little leg went over, like, the neighbor boy leg. So, I had my little leg touching his just a smidge, y'all, just a little bit. Not nothing too much because, I ain't seen him in years. I don't know what type of dude he is, but we vibing, we kicking it. So I do got my little leg touching his a little bit. So we still talking nice, still going on, y'all. I don't know why Stewie is just fucking with me. Like, he's picking at me. So now next thing you know, I'm looking this way or whatever. Mind you, Stewie is behind me, still in the chair. I'm looking this way or whatever. I just see stuff like flying over my head. Like, just flying over my head. Flying past neighbor boy, whatever. Just flying. Yeah, I turn around and he's flicking the rubber bands. Flicking them. So when I turned around, he flicked it and it came and like hit me right here on my little shoulder. Of course, it's a rubber band, don't really hurt or nothing. But I'm like, why are you flicking the rubber bands? Mind you, Stewie, I don't even know you for real. No, take that back. I can't even say I don't know you for real. I don't know you at all. So it's one thing to play a little bit, but why are you fucking with me? Like normally when you don't know somebody, you kind of tread lightly. But like, why are you over here flicking? You already done blow dried my face to death, okay? Now you're flicking the rubber bands at me. So, the sister's like, chill. So at this point, neighbor boy got out like, bro, get out of my sister's stuff. He like, why is you playing all of my sister's stuff? Like, chill, bro. Because mind you, of course, they know each other. They homeboys. So, at that point, I'm just like, not getting irritated because when things happen but it's like a lot of time in between, so you kind of forget the first thing. So it's like I'm not even irritated about the blow dry no more because time has went on and we are drinking, so I'm not even tripping. But it's like, bro, what are you doing? So he flicked the rubber band, so they told him to stop, whatever. So he stopped. So I'm just like, Stewie, what's up with you? I'm like, you need to take another shot because, like, you tripping. So he like, how, like, hey, how am I tripping? Like, what I do? And he, like, laughing. It's like he cool, but he keep doing little shit. Like, y'all know how it was, like, one irritating nigga out the homeboy group. He wasn't even, if he wasn't flicking nothing or blow drying my face, he was actually cool. It's not like he was being irritating, like, as far as personality wise. Normally those type of dudes, they personality be fucked up or they do too much. But when he would talk and joke with us, he was funny. He was making jokes and stuff. But it's like, you're popping shit at me. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, so he stopped doing that and stuff. So mind y'all, now it's late. It's been late, but we getting hungry. So we end up getting some food and stuff, right? We ordered some food. We order Coney Island. Y'all already know the drill. We order our food, whatever. Mind you, all of us didn't go. The sister and her friend actually went to go pick it up because she was like, you know how brothers and stuff, they'd be like, I pay for it if you go get it. So neighbor boy was telling his sister, like, if you go get the food, I pay for it all. So the sister's like, bet shit. So we put in this big ass order, whatever, got wings, fries, all of that stuff, right? And when she bring it back, right, y'all know when food's so hot, it kind of burned through the plastic like of takeout. I had got some chicken wings. My chicken wings, they must have been so hot, or I don't know if they took them right out the grease and dripped some grease on it, but it burnt the hole through the bottom of my, like, the plastic, like, takeout box, right? So I couldn't even, like, you want to put your hot sauce and ranch on it. I couldn't even do that because underneath it was a hole, it was a hole in it. So I was saying that. So Stewie was like, well, we got paper plates or whatever. So I'm thinking like good, like, can you hand me a paper plate, like, whatever. So he was like, he was gonna go get me one. Y'all, I'm sitting here talking or whatever. I'm eating my chili cheese fries or whatever, mind you, because I'm waiting for him to come back. He took my box of chicken and he was saying, like, I'm thinking he's gonna give me a paper plate just to put underneath the takeout box because he took the whole box. So I'm thinking, like, just take the box and put it on top of the paper plate. That way I can eat it with my, like, my condiments and stuff, my ranch and stuff. So he took my chicken or whatever. So I'm over here dipping in my chili cheese fries and he had said my name. So I'm reaching down to put, the food in my mouth. So I got my hand out, y'all, because I'm thinking, like, okay, just hand me my plate. So I'm dipping down. I'm putting food in my mouth. I got my hand out to get my stuff. Y'all, tell me why this dummy. I don't know why he thought this shit was funny or what he thought it was. First of all, why are you touching my food? I jumped so quick, y'all. He gonna take the hot ass piece of chicken and just put it in my hand. So, of course, I jumped back and I dropped it because it wasn't like scalding hot. But y'all take some chicken straight out of some hot grease and put it on your hand and see if that shit don't burn you. It ain't going to just like burn you like, like real bad, but it's going to be hot. So I'm thinking, like, first of all, why are you touching my chicken? Why would you put chicken in my hand? And now you made me drop my chicken and now I'm one less chicken. Okay, I'm supposed to have a 6-piece. Why do I have a 5-piece? I don't understand. So I was like, why the fuck would you put that chicken in my hand? So he's laughing, y'all, but like now I'm irritated because, like, listen, baby, we could play all day, but not with my food. Like, why are we playing with food? I don't like to waste food. Like, you're playing. You could thump rubber bands, all of that, but why would you be playing with my chicken wing from Coney Island? Everybody know. Well, if you got a Coney Island where you live at, everybody know. Coney wings, them the best wings ever. Why would you be playing with my food? I'm irritated, so he cracking up laughing. I'm like, it's not funny, like, because now I'm just like, my hand hot, like, why would you do that? So, neighbor boy said something like, why are you playing? Like, why would you even do something like that? Like, it's really not funny. When somebody do, like, a joke, and it's, like, no point of the joke, like, the joke is not funny. I don't understand the prank. I don't understand it. So everybody was looking like, what are you doing? So I'm like, and you just wasted one of my wings. Like, now you doing too much. Like, chill. So I guess when he's seeing everybody serious, he like, oh, now nobody can take a joke. Y'all can't take a joke. So everybody like, where was the joke? Like, you touched my wing. You did your nasty ass hands, because I didn't see you wash your hands, in my wing and picked it up and put it on my hand while it's fucking hot. So hot that it burned through the plastic takeout box. And you're going to sit it in my hand? Okay, so I was irritated because I'm just like, what is you doing? So Chris, he was like, just saying something like, bro, like, that was dumb as fuck. He like, man, bro, Chris, shut up, man. Chill out, man, because I've been around you a long time. You ain't never did no dumb shit. Because I can name a lot of dumb shit you've done before. Like, trying to pull one of those. And Chris is like, bro, like, I ain't never say I didn't do no dumb shit. But why the fuck is you touching her food? And why you put it in her hand? Like, nobody just got the joke. He tried to flip it and act like niggas was turning on him or, but it's just like, it was just stupid. Like, it's something so little, but it was just so little dumb. Okay? So, I'm just like, it's whatever, it's whatever. So, he getting mad. Still, he like, bro, you tripping over one wing here. You can have one of my wings. You could just have it. I'm like, I'm good. I'm not even tripping. Like, even though I was tripping, but you know how you just say that because you just want to calm the situation down. So I'm like, it's good. I'm not even tripping. Like, no. He's like, no, here, just take it, whatever. So he walking over, touching the wing again with the wing in his hand to give to me. And I'm like, bro, Stewie, I'm good. Like, keep your fucking wing. Like, I'm not tripping. Keep it. Y'all, he just throw it. He just drop it like right in my little to-go box. Like, drop it on top of the other ones. I don't want your nasty ass touched wing by your nasty hands. And why would you put it on top of my food? I don't play about that. Like, you have to wash your hands before you eat. You have to wash your hands before you even touch me. I mean, sexually wise, I ain't saying like if you hug me or something, but I don't play them dirty hand stuff. Like, no, I digest this food. Why would you put your dirty ass hands on it? Since we came in this house, you did not wash your hands. Like, so no. Now I'm irritated because I'm like, bro, I literally just told you I did not want your wing. Why would you put your wing that you touched with your dirty hands in my food? You're playing with my food. So he like, oh, my hands ain't dirty. My hands ain't dirty. So I'm like, bro, you literally, like, I'm not even trying to be that person, but I'm like, you didn't even wash your hands before you start eating. Like, everybody, well, I ain't gonna say everybody else. The guys, they ain't wash their hands. Niggas don't really be caring. And that's their own prerogative. But, me and my homegirl, we got up and washed our hands in the kitchen. They just started eating. That's their own thing. I don't give a fuck if they don't wash their hands because they're not touching my food. So why do I care? So the guys ain't wash their hands, but whatever. I'm like, bro, me and my homegirl the only one that washed their hands. You didn't wash your hands, so you should not be touching my food. And he like, I didn't touch your food. Like, that was my food that I was giving to you. I'm like, regardless, even if it was your food that you gave me, you touched it and you put it on top of my food that I'm going to eat. Like, so I'm just like, whatever. You know what? It don't even matter. So I just pick up that wing and, put it over to the side, whatever. But I'm just like, bro, you're just doing a lot. So everybody just eat. I'm like, it's just whatever. Like, you know how little dumb things just like piss you off? I'm like, whatever. I'm still just eating my chili cheese fries and stuff. I'm just like cool, and I'm like, I'm gonna still eat the wings. I moved the little nasty one over, but I'm gonna eat the wings. And it's like he was holding it. He wasn't even picking up. You pick up a wing, you would pick one up like this. He got the damn wing in his hand, like he about to roll some dice and shake it up and throw it at me. I don't know what the fuck. But like, who holds a wing like that? Like, why is you coming over here to my here? You can have my wing, and it's a wing sitting in the palm of your hands. What's wrong with you? So anyway, so I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like, so at that point, I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like the vibes is off. He irritated with them because he felt like they're taking my side, even though it's like literally no sides to take. Everybody just didn't get your joke. It's not about taking no sides. It's just your shit wasn't funny. So he got the energy off. I'm irritated now too because it's just like, why you messing up the vibe? So we like, you know what? And my homegirl like, well, it's probably time to go. Like, y'all ready to go because, like, something so stupid, something so small that could have been avoided. Like, you already been blowing heat in my face. You dumping rubber bands at me. And then you put a hot piece of chicken in my hand. Then you drop my food. And then you going to give me one of your little dirty wings with your dirty hands. And now you mad at us? Fuck did we do? So I just didn't understand like why he was picking at me. The only thing that I could come up with is that I felt like maybe he liked me or he thought me and him was supposed to talk. And when I end up kicking it with the neighbor boy, that made him feel some type of way. But boy, we are grown. Like, it ain't like I had to talk to you or you had to talk to me or we exchanged numbers. But that's the only thing that I could think. Because I'm like, you not messing with my homegirl. Why are you just picking at me? You not picking at his sister, the other friend. Why are you just messing with me? But like I said, that's the only thing I could kind of come up with. Like, maybe you liked me and why? Well, I know why, but but I was just so annoyed, y'all. And I was like, yeah, it's just time to go because, like, never in my fucking life did I imagine getting a fucking blow dryer blowed in my face. It's not funny, but it's so stupid, y'all. It's literally so stupid. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Why would he do that? So yeah, y'all, we end up leaving, and yeah, me and neighbor boy, we had to exchange numbers because y'all know we got to catch up on old times. And when it was time to take us home, guess who didn't want to go? Of course, Stewie. But Stewie, why are you mad? Like, you're picking at me, and you got the nerve to be mad. Talking about, I'm just gonna stay here. I don't want to. I don't want to ride with y'all. Okay. Guess what? Because neighbor boy is riding with us. So guess what? this is better for us anyways. You stay your ass at that house with the sisters and them or whatever. You stay there and yeah, let neighbor boy ride with us. But yeah, they ended up dropping us off at home, or at my homegirl house or whatever, and then I went home. But yeah, I ended up securing that bag. But yes, y'all, that is the end of my story time. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure you thumbs up this video, comment down below, and make sure you are subscribed. But y'all already know. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.